So Luka dropped 73 points the other night. Shout out Luka. And in honor of Kobe, rest in peace Kobe, the GOAT, the legend. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows how time it is when it comes to Kobe. But I'm tired of Luka Doncic slander.
At Devin Booker or Luka Doncic?
I mean, right now, Devin Booker went to the finals. Devin Booker went to the finals.
And Dallas just went to the conference finals last year. Devin Booker just went to the conference. Come on now.
Devin Booker went to the finals. Devin Booker went to the finals. Devin Booker team is at the top.
Did Big Perk have amnesia or bump his head on a wall when he said those words? Well, in case...
All right, let's be real. Kendrick Perkins be wildin', bro. And I am convinced that motherfuckers go on TV, just say outlandish things, say it with confidence and conviction, and don't mean you're right, bro. Wait, picking Devin Booker over Luka, kind of tough, bro.
In case he forgot, let me refresh his memory of what Luka did to his boy, Devin Booker, back in the 2022 playoffs.
Doncic with 16 into Biombo, doubled inside. Give him a go here in the first half. Stunning. 27-point lead.
Oh my God, come here. Come here. Game 7.
Shot clock is down to 4 and a 3 by Luka. Bullseye.
The Suns on the board.
Oh, come here.
In that game, the Slovenian sensation smoked Devin Booker and his entire crew for 35 points on 12 of 19 shooting from the field to go along with 10 rebounds and 4 assists. And although I don't always agree with Stephen A. and his wild takes, I think Perk's co-anchor best summed up what happened in that Game 7 massacre.
Phoenix Suns lost by 33 points in a Game 7. Got clowned at home. And while Devin Booker still got his whole career ahead of him, he just might need his whole career to get people to forget what occurred Sunday night.
And that's my thing about this whole D-Book Luka thing. There's a lot of NBA matchups like what if, who's better, who yada yada that we see. And it's like, you can only speculate. We seen this live in action in the playoffs. We seen it in the regular season. Luka be killing D-Book and company, right? Like, how can you, Kendrick Perkins, how can you get on the internet or on TV and say that you would never pick Luka over D-Book? But we literally had that meme of him going like, after smacking D-Book around. We literally watched this live and in the playoffs, regular season. There's no way you tell me you're picking Luka over D-Book after watching Luka kill D-Book and company several times. This isn't the first time he killed him.
Get used to seeing this, Phoenix, because this image is going to haunt you.
In other words, what Steven was saying was that Luka Doncic just became Booker's daddy in that particular game. But despite that performance and all the crazy stat lines that Luka has been putting up since day one, it seems that Luka Magic is still not getting enough love from the media men like Big Perk. Anyway, Perkins was not the only one who's been criticizing Luka, because Skip Bayless also said some stuff about him even though he hasn't played a single minute in the
All right, but we also know Skip Bayless says wild stuff. He's a LeBron hater. Doesn't think LeBron's a good player. Like, bro, are you kidding me? The amount of things that Skip Bayless has said outlandishly, and let me remind you, he's a Dallas Cowboys fan who just also got smacked again in the playoffs. It's gonna be our year, yada yada yada. Shut the fuck up, bro. We ain't see Skip be correct about the Cowboys ever in my life. Anyway, are we really getting on the internet and listening to Skip Bayless's takes and really count them as valid? There's no way you don't believe that, like, Luka's a good player or LeBron's a good player. Like, you're crazy.
In the NBA.
Okay, Doncic at 6'7" will get exposed for all of the inadequacies that Dirk's not a great athlete.
No.
Dirk doesn't have explosive quickness, right?
No.
Dirk isn't physical.
No.
Well, that's what's going to happen to Doncic because he's not going to have the one thing nobody can bother or stop. Right?
Now, obviously, Skip was trying to say that Luka wouldn't thrive as an offensive player since he doesn't have a one-legged fadeaway in his back pocket like Dirk did. Well, just like his failed predictions in the past, Skip got it all wrong with Luka because in his rookie year, Luka shot 42.7% from the field and 32.7% from downtown and averaged 21.2 points a ball game to take home the Rookie of the Year award. And if you compare Dirk's rookie year to Luka's, it is pretty clear who's the better offensive player among the two in their year one in the league. And when Skip said that he didn't have the 1-foot fader like Dirk had,
You're lying.
he was also dead wrong on that, because Luka has had that in his bag since his rookie year.
Like, what are you even saying?
Fade away.
According to NBA Advanced Stat, Luka shot about 42 turnaround fadeaways in his rookie year, which is a move that is pretty close to the one-legged fadeaway. But to me, his ultimate go-to move, which is his step back, is way more lethal and harder to guard than Dirk's.
Bro, Luka's step back is disgusting. Like, he's so not athletic that, like, it's not fast. He covers a lot of ground really slow, and when he gets into his shot, bro, you're not affecting that. I love Luka's step back, bro. He got one of like the smoothest step backs. And it's like, you can't block it, bro. You have to jump and go get it. Cause remember, he's 6'8". And he's shooting over guards. And he's playing point guard, so he's playing other guards. Like, there is no way you're telling me Luka Doncic is not a beast of an offensive player.
Dirk's fadeaway and back in his rookie year. He hit 43.1% of his shots with that move.
He's got 5 fouls. Smith slipped. He found Luka. Luka, late clock. He loves it. Step
Look at.
That's why, baby. They are leaders of the game by 9, and here it is. Step back.
My
Luka.
God. You see what I mean? That's another guard. Like, he's shooting over that.
Okay, step back.
Oh,
3.
come here, Wiggins.
Wiggins on skates.
I mean, it's pretty normal for analysis to make these hit or miss kind of predictions, since they don't know what they're dealing with. But some analysts out there are just masking themselves as a pure, genuine hater. Take the case of Rashad Phillips. Now, for those of you who haven't heard the name, Phillips was a former basketball player, so he had some credentials to back up his take. But see, here's the thing. Unlike Luka, Phillips never made it to the NBA and was just a journeyman throughout his basketball career. Anyway, during a one-on-one interview with Chris Broussard, Phillips just ripped Luka right from the get-go with his outrageous analysis, such as this one.
His feet is slower. His feet is slower than rush hour traffic. Okay, really slow feet.
Really, that's a problem.
Really slow feet. He struggled with quick defenders. Okay.
Guys defending him.
Oh yeah, guys getting in his pocket, getting after him. Not a great athlete.
Yeah, right. Bro, Luka's too strong for the small, quick defenders, bro. Luka put these motherfuckers, he put that elbow into him. Turn around fake. Bro, stop it. Stop it. Just because you've never seen a dude like Luka before does not mean, like, yeah, he's not the craziest athlete. But can you be, like, yeah, he's not the craziest athlete. But the numbers and the results speak for themselves, bro. This buddy right here on this podcast.
So, Phillips said that Luka's feet are slower than rush hour traffic, and there's no chance for him to keep up with some of the best defenders in the league. Well, to refute this major clown, allow me to show an example.
So I'd greatly appreciate it if you subscribed and liked this video so I can know that you enjoy this content and I can keep bringing you stuff like this on a regular basis.
With his back against the wall against the Clippers during the playoffs inside the bubble, Luka put up an unforgettable performance against arguably 2 of the most elite wing defenders in this generation, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. I mean, whether it was against the Claw.
He just manages the game so well. 3-pointers up. It's good. Doncic drive. Falling away. Up and in.
Or going up against PG.
Oh, Euro me. Excuse me.
Played by Luka that time.
On the steal.
Oh, cookies.
Doncic takes it away from Paul George. Drives inside. Fake. Shot. Banks it home.
He just schooled them both all the same. And when the game was on the
telling
line,
me?
Luka just took
You're
over
telling
to put
me
the
that's
final
not
nail
crazy?
in the coffin.
Doncic pulls
come
up.
here.
3-pointer.
Step back, give me 3.
Bang!
Fuck it.
Bang! It's good.
on,
Doncic
bro.
wins the game at the buzzer.
In Game 4 of their series against the Clippers, Luka dropped 43 points on a bad ankle against Kawhi and PG, along with 17 rebounds and 3 assists to shoot.
You telling me Buddy had 43 points, 17 rebounds, and 13 assists, and he's too slow?
Show us that he's unstoppable. And if you take a look at his performance against the Clippers in the playoffs all time, you would see that he pretty much owned them, as he averaged 33.5 points, 9.5 assists, and 8.8 rebounds in all 13 playoff matches. I mean, I have no clue where Phillips got the idea that Luka wouldn't stand a chance against the elite defenders in the NBA, but as you saw right there, he just destroyed PG and Kawhi in the same game. And fast forward this season, there's still no team in the NBA that can figure out a plan on how to stop Luka. I mean, just listen to what Greg Popovich had to say about this.
I wondered about your perspective on him and how he's continued to produce at such a high level despite so many different defensive strategies employed on him nightly now.
Well, that's a great question, but I think it's a great question because none of us has the answer to how he continuously just destroys whatever defense is thrown at him. And I think he...
Shout out to Luka too, right? Shout out to Luka's growth because he became such a better passer. His assist numbers are up, like compared to his rookie year, right? He's become such a lethal offensive threat, and now his passing is crazy, bro. Like, I actually fuck with Luka's game now because it's not just ball hogging it. Like, he actually throws dimes, bro. And now you can say his defense is not like where you want it to be, but there's no way you're gonna ask a player to do every single thing on the court, bro. Like, there's not many NBA superstars like a Kobe, like a MJ that like do everything both sides of the floor. Like, that's rare to be doing this offensively at this level. To be playing offensively at this level that Luka's on, you're gonna have to cut some corners on defense because trust me, that's a lot of goddamn energy carrying an offense. But just that alone is a lot of energy carrying the offense. But he getting rebounds. He you know what I'm saying? He does his thing, bro. Luka's great. We gotta stop this Luka slander. It has to stop.
I think he must be like underestimated as an athlete. You know, you look at him and he looks like he ate a couple too many donuts sometimes. You know, and you don't think of him as an athlete.
Now, since Pop talked about Luka being a non-conventional athlete, Phillips also touched on this subject and criticized his lack of athleticism.
Athleticism, that's the problem, the lack of athleticism.
Yeah, it doesn't have it.
He shoots it like he do?
No, he don't shoot it like that.
While he's a bit correct on that, Luka is not your typical nuclear athlete who will just explode out of the gym. But saying that Luka doesn't have an athletic bone in his body is just plain wrong.
It's crazy.
I mean, to counter his argument, just take a look at the following clips.
Down to 8, moves on public, takes it!
You can react before you really have to react, and there's the turning the corner.
And one.
It opens up, he drives a Luka dunk! You would have got teed up too. Doncic knocks it away, gets it on the steal, and he'll throw it. Luka maneuvers away from the closeout.
Well, as for his quote,
not an athlete, bro. No, this nigga Luka.
Unquote lack of shooting, as Phillips suggested. Luka has never shot below 40% from the field and 30% from 3 throughout his career, so basically he's a pretty decent shooter overall. And when it comes to effective field goal percentage, he never averaged below 49%, which means that he's far from the bad shooter that Phillips paints him to be. Then aside from that, here's another shoot from the hip kind of take that will make you shake your head.
We tend to over-sensationalize European basketball, okay? There's restrictions that cater to him. You can't have 9 Americans on the floor in Europe.
It sounds like you're saying Luka will not be like a perennial all-star type player.
I don't see that. I don't believe he's a lottery pick.
Not a lottery pick?
No, I don't.
Wow. So I'm not loving what I'm hearing about Luka then.
Mans was way wrong because guess what, buddy? Luka's 4th All-Star starting appearance is coming. Yay! That's crazy. I mean, at the time, no one knew, so you can't really bash on this guy. But to say the things that he was saying is kind of out of pocket, bro. You just went on live TV and started hating for no reason.
Now, first Phillips yapped about how people tend to overhype European basketball, which may be true at that time. But when he said that Luka is not all-star material or a lottery pick, to say the least, that's just pure crazy talk and buffoonery. I mean, with the exception of his rookie year, Luka was named as an all-star since, and he also racked up 4 All-NBA first-team honors. And before he ever even entered the NBA, Luka was destroying grown men in EuroLeague by winning a championship and being league MVP in the same year at just age 18. So how did Phillips manage to miss this one? Anyway, I'm pretty sure that you're already fed up with his silly takes. But before we move on from this dude, here's the last take he made against Luka. And man, it doesn't get any worse than this.
His NBA comparison is Hedo Turkoglu. I don't.
Oh
see
my
Steve Nash,
God.
and I definitely don't see Larry Bird.
Obvious NBA comparison is
Hedo
Turkoglu.
is crazy.
Big guard, crafty handle, great feel for the game, loves the big stage.
I mean, no disrespect to Turkoglu. The Turkish vet played 15 seasons in the league and made the Eastern Conference Finals.
Way better than
But that's about it. And if we're gonna take a look at their head-to-head comparison, it's clear as day that Luka is the far better player by a mile. I mean, Luka is playing in just his 6th season in the league. But despite that, he's already far above and beyond.
32.5 points per game versus 9.7. Bro, come on, bro. Hedo Turkoglu is a crazy comp.
On Hedo in every statistical category, be it in points, rebounds, or assists. And in terms of individual accolades, Luka's growing list of achievements include 4 All-NBA first-team selections, 4 All-Star game appearances, while Hedo has nothing to show for it, not even a single one. Anyway, why do you think the media hates Luka so much? Let me know your thoughts on.
Luka's been going crazy. And another player who's been going crazy recently is Karl-Anthony Towns. He dropped 62 points the other night, but got benched, and they lost. That video is for you on screen right now.